All right, it is championship match time here at the Virginia DUPR Super Regional, and we've got a good one. Clemson and Virginia, and it'll be the Tigers to serve first, but it will be Virginia to score first. You know the competitors here: Fiorello Bozzetto, Seeley Feldman for Clemson, Vivian N, as she told us to call her there during the changeover, Vivian No, and Lorelei Sing-Sang for Virginia. 1-1 start to the matchup. Here we go. So many options. Bozzetto chose the right one.
Yes, he did. And you know what? One thing easy to point out is, Clemson's been resting for a while. This pairing for UVA feels like it's been a long time since they've been out on the court as well. So 4 ladies that are well rested and ready to put on a show.
No doubt about that. And again, we talked to Fiorella after their triumph over North Carolina, put away from Sing-Sang. And she just seems so ready for the moment. You know, she said, I didn't notice I was bleeding because I was so fired up. What else did she tell us? Derek, felt good to beat a boy. That's what she said. She did in the Dream Breaker. Oh, whiff from Vivian.
Like I said earlier, I expect this to be a close match, even though I give the edge to Clemson in women's doubles.
I was going to say, in the game or the match overall? Late edge given by.
I'd say all.
Three all now. Back on the serve to Virginia. And again, both of these teams and the two that we just saw secured bids to DUPR Nationals. And Virginia now has the 4-3 lead. And that strong shot from Sing-Sang.
It's interesting with the 4 bids given. It filters down. So UNC, who already had a bid, you can't get 2 bids, so it'll go down to one of the quarterfinalists like Miami or JMU. So they had to play other matches to determine who gets that bid.
Yeah, and that's for some of the roars that you were hearing beyond our broadcast court here. A little bit of a loose start to this game from Clemson, but we've seen these ebbs and flows from the Tigers. Back-to-back misfires on the serve return. 7-3 Virginia. We saw them get off to a really strong start in women's doubles against Florida. And not quite as dominant here, but on the same ilk, 8-3.
Yeah, still kind of trending the same way. And it's interesting that Clemson's making these errors they didn't make to start the match. And now that mental fortitude is kind of falling away to the wayside.
It was a necessary shot from Bozzetto and the Clemson Tigers. Sing-Sang got impatient first. That was some high-level play there from both sides.
Great work of just moving it around, too. Each player able to defend the next shot. Nothing was really that rhythmic. They were all trying different points of contact.
9-5 now for Virginia. You know, it's interesting, Derek, you talk about can't have more than one bid, and Florida's top male players are having some opportunities, beyond the college game, which is going to happen. You get to the Colin Schick ranks, people are going to start calling. So it's great for the Florida program. They don't win this weekend, but they came and got what they came here to get, which was that bid to nationals. Now they don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's what's great about collegiate pickleball is it gives these players an opportunity to show them who they are. Like Andres Tardio, like many people probably didn't know Gabe had a brother or how good he was, and we just saw he's an amazing player. And maybe he'll end up just like Colin Chick, where you start with the DUPR tournaments and then you move on to the pro level.
Yeah, I think that's a very, very good point. And that was a very, very good shot right there as Virginia takes an 11-6 advantage to the changeover. Women's doubles getting our championship match started. Clemson and UVA. One takes home the title from PPB RVA.
Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard. What's your DUPR?
Vivian, no, serving with an 11-6 lead for the Cavaliers.
Nice shot.
That was excellent from Bozzetto. You said you thought Clemson had the edge in women's doubles. Thus far, it has been Virginia slightly.
Yeah, I expect Clemson to come back here. UVA, they like to get on a hot start. And we know from Clemson already they get off to a slow start, come back, and make it close.
Yeah, we've seen that repetitively throughout the course of this championship Sunday. Sealy Feldman, who was spectacular, I think is the only way to put it, in the Dream Breaker.
Yep.
That is wide. Sing Sank, I think, with the 13-7 advantage, decided to take a shot there. Bozzetto knows what to do with that, as Feldman got her the swinging opportunity she wanted. So let's see if Clemson, as Derek highlights, has that come from behind mentality and ability once again in this championship match.
Well, it's going to be a matter of stringing some stuff together, too. They're getting help every now and then, but they're not able to respond beyond that. So they need to claim their own point there.
Instead, it is Vivian No claiming the point for Virginia.
It just steadily crept up in power and intensity from Yo.
Saw her transition from forehand to swinging backhand just very rapidly there. Good read by Feldman, yep.
Yeah, Vivian, I really feel, is the difference maker in this match so far.
I would agree with that. Good shot from Bozzetto.
Again, shows you.
It's been kind of holding Clemson in there, I think, in this match.
Yeah, and it shows you the depth of UVA. Again, just another amazing player in their program.
And again, one of, if not the most established programs in the country. Nice deep slice there from Fiorella. Bozzetto. 12-15. Saw the window, and again, it's not the might, it's the root, and didn't try to jam that through.
It's really wild, too, how this match or this game feels heavily in UVA's favor, but look at the score, 2 points. I mean, this is anybody's at this point.
Clemson not waiting as long as Florida did to try to come from behind on the Cavalier women. Got her out of position. Tape holds him in, but only for so long. 14-15.
And putting that Selkirk halo to work.
And we're square. And Sealy Feldman has come alive, Derek, the last handful of points.
Yeah. It may look like Fiorella handled that point, but it was really Sully that UVA had an offensive shot. Sully got it back, set it up for Fiorella, and she finished it.
Yep, exactly. 15 all, and Virginia takes the timeout like they did, Joe, in the women's match against Florida. But in that case, they still had an 18-10 or 18-11 lead at that point. This time, Clemson, like I say, they started that comeback a lot quicker, and now they've got Virginia in quite a bit more peril than Florida was ever able to manage.
That's something you've mentioned before in previous broadcasts is the timing of a timeout. That's a strategy as well. I think it's the right time. You're not down yet. You're still tied, but certainly a great point to talk it over with your team, see what needs to be adjusted. And for Clemson, get a swig of water, go right back out, keep doing what we're doing.
Yeah, and I don't think Virginia probably would have been apt to take a timeout any quicker than they did. They still had the lead. So Fiorella. Loose shot there, rarity from Vivian.
Yeah, it didn't seem, it wasn't as crisp as we've seen so far in this game from Vivian.
She couldn't decide, I think, if she wanted to cross or stay on the line. Tag that time.
Strategy is just perfect right now from Clemson. Sully's just being defensive, setting up that put away for Fiorella, and she's putting it away.
17-15 for the Tigers. Great shot from Sing Seng. A little bit off the line and in a disadvantaged position. Nonetheless, was able to get that down on the foot of Feldman. Got that one in on the body. Tightened up there off the left shoulder.
Yeah, very awkward in how that was taken. And certainly advantage UVA.
So we thought.
Only briefly.
Long on the serve. 18-17 back to the Tigers. Not a good third there from Feldman. Not a lot of work for Sing Seng. Good return. And better touch from Bozzetto.
You're right. It was a fantastic return. Keep that player back, and then your teammate just comes in and drops one on a dime. Beautiful.
19-18. Oh, that was a phenomenal looping drive. Partial pace through the middle there. 2018, an opportunity for Clemson to plant their flag in this championship match. Yeah, there came the dagger from the Clemson ladies as they take game one. Bozzetto fired up as she storms this way, as is Feldman, and rightfully so. Down early, up when it mattered. Clemson to a 1-game-to-none lead as they hunt the Virginia Super Regional title. Men's doubles on deck from Richmond.
At UFOS, we don't make footwear. We make shock absorbers, fatigue fighters, mobility maximizers. This is the science of active recovery. Revolutionary UFOM technology absorbs impact and reduces pressure. It's the foundation of every pair of UFOs and the key to recovering faster. This is not a shoe. This is UFOS Active Recovery. Activate your recovery with UFOS.
People play pickleball for exercise, competition, or to hang out with friends. What your reason is doesn't matter to Gamma. What matters is that you play, that you enjoy playing with passion, and you have so much fun you can't wait to play again. At Gamma, we offer paddles perfect for all levels, including yours, because pickleball is about you, the player, and what feels right. Pickleball is your game. Make Gamma your paddle. Play to live, live to play. Gamma Pickleball.
Check out these new Gamma paddles. Yo, I gotta try that paddle. Here you go. Let's go.
Play with style. Play with Quantum by Gamma Pickleball.
Clemson takes women's doubles to start this championship match of the DUPR Virginia Super Regional. And now the men have taken to Stadium Court 2 here, brought to you by Skechers Pickleball. It'll be David Beeger, Brian Song for Virginia. It will be Kyle Compton, Levi Leard for Clemson, or as we've come to know them through the weekend, the usual suspects at the top level here as Cavaliers and Tigers. Now, Derek, you thought the women from Clemson had the edge. I believe you feel as though the Virginia men have the edge, though,
Yeah.
correct?
Yep.
Why is that the case?
Well, actually, Clemson, they impressed me a lot with that match against UNC in men's. So if UVA does have an edge, I'd say it's very close. I expect it to be a close match. And I still think David and Brian, just such a strong duo together. They play well together. They have the chemistry. So I expect them to come out firing.
Definitely a fluid tandem that we've seen from David Beeger and Brian Song, but you could see the confidence, I think, particularly for Kyle Compton growing during the course of that semifinal victory. Not that he wasn't confident to begin with, but I think he realized that he can pull off some shots that can be the difference makers. We'll see if that's the case. Compton whiffed. Leard was able to get through it, but Compton never recovered.
That's a bit of a weird one.
Again, just so subtle but effective from Leard. One apiece.
I really like how even collegiate pickleball is getting.
Yeah.
It used to be a couple top schools like a year ago, but now, as you saw a month ago, we had two separate teams make the finals here, and now we have UVA and Clemson who didn't make the finals. So 4 different teams making the finals. Pretty impressive.
Yeah, I think that's a great point, and it's necessary. In pickleball, we talk about it on the professional level. You know, everybody loves Ben Johns and Annalie Waters, but also, you know, kind of getting a little bit bored with them winning each and every time they play. And fans were excited about the fact they got beat on the PPA Tour a couple of weeks ago. Doesn't mean they're not going to cheer for them again, but you have to have some parity to create that drama. That's just competition in general.
It was a good try. Compton's been really good later stages of the day today. On his backhands, he placed it previously behind Beeger in the corner, so look for him to keep trying to go deep on that baseline.
What a great shot is right from Kyle Compton. Beeger tried to pull off the impossible.
let's not forget Leard's pirouette to get to not have the ball hit him too. So good by everybody.
There's a direct correlation between level of difficulty in pirouette and size of the human attempting
That's
it.
true. That is true.
Clemson has a 5-3 lead. Compton may have hit an out ball there. May have, I say. It would have been close, and Song very athletic to get out of the way of that Compton drive. Chose the right time to try the middle. 5 apiece. Tough angle from Compton. Tough for some people.
Yeah, for some people. The angle and the power, so there's still no time, even if you get there on the angle, to do anything with it. Textbook.
UVA able to withstand that charge on that point from Clemson.
Levi really played great there. Those resets and dinks. Nice.
Great shot from Levi. Actually, the shot probably wasn't that hard from him, but the read to get him that shot was. 7-6 again. Clemson won the women's doubles game. They have the 1-0 lead. Everyone has the lead in men's at the moment, 7-all. Ryan Song couldn't quite get it reset there.
No distinct advantage. I love it. I love how evenly matched this is going so far.
I think that favors Clemson, to be honest with you, from a mental perspective.
I would agree.
Especially for Levi Leard. You can just see it in his gait and his body language. He's feeling more and more confident, I think, with each passing point.
And that last shot, coming forward on that drop, it sets it up so well.
Great drive, drop right there. Top spin power drop from Levi Leard.
And when you move forward, it puts more pressure on your opponents to make a perfect shot. They tend to pop it up and give you a put away.
UVA fan contingent trying to fire up David Beeger and Brian Song. Did it again, got him again, but Clemson men go to an 11-8 lead as we change ends. This, however, has not been a harbinger of success eventually in the game. We'll see if the Clemson Tigers can buck that trend. Women's doubles went to Clemson. Men's doubles favoring Clemson as we change ends in our championship match of the Virginia DUPR Super Regional.
What's your DUPR?
Clemson Tigers behind strong play from Kyle Compton, whom you see there, and Levi Leard serve with an 11-8 lead. Oh, and Leard has been the difference maker, Derek, in this match thus far.
Definitely.
I think from what I can see, Compton doesn't feel the need to be as aggressive as he did the first go-around when these two played. That's the biggest testament to Leard.
Yeah, and Leard, of course, broadcaster jinx in place from all of us. The poorest drop he's hit in the match, but he's been able to get behind David Beeger a number of times in this match. Oh, that is just dirty from Compton.
I don't even know if I'd feel good about it. Well, maybe I would.
I would.
On a temporary court, you usually let that ball bounce and hope it goes into the bar so that it's a replay, because that ball was just impossible to return.
Oh, well, there's being good, there's being lucky, and then there's being both. And Kyle Compton just met that match right there.
Yep. I notice Clemson is a lot more confident right now than in earlier matches.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, especially with Levi Leard. You just see it in the way he's carrying his shoulders right now. Oh. Oh, Compton, for the highlight reel, needed to finish that off. He did everything right up until that big swing. Some sensational collegiate pickleball here at the home of collegiate pickleball, DUPR. And Virginia needed that. 11-14 is our score. Virginia serving. Beeger, just tremendous get to stay in the point, but sometimes when you do that, you put yourself in just such a vulnerable position.
Yeah, it's tough because you want to get it back across the net regardless, live to fight it for another ball, but sometimes it's to your detriment.
Wow. Oh, Kyle Compton. You know, he's not as fired up as we saw Kyle. I think they feel like they're the better team at the moment, playing the better pickleball, and that would indicative on the scoreboard. 16-11 for Clemson. 17-11 for Clemson already with the women's doubles game in their pocket. I'd say probably, Derek, I think you'd agree, Virginia probably has the edge in pretty strongly in one of the two mixed doubles games. Would you agree?
Yeah, the one with David and Lorelei.
Yeah, exactly, but you drop this one, you got no margin for error, and then your only path to victory is the Dream Breaker. Obviously, they wouldn't be doing that intentionally, but just kind of pointing that out, it is just heavy advantage Clemson if the men are able to prevail here. Obviously with the 2-0 lead, but also in the way that it matches up. And we'll take a quick time out here from Richmond, right back to our championship match in 30 seconds.
Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah, I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard.
Clemson with the lead in the match and the game. Compton firing away, repelled by Beeger.
Yeah.
Tried to soften it and couldn't quite do it.
Phenomenal resets there from Beeger to keep this alive for them. Give them a point. Desperately out of a timeout.
Great read by Compton. Beeger just didn't get on top of that drive like we normally see. 18-12. Couldn't quite triple it up. He's been successful on that shot twice prior. Caught the edge of the paddle there. Beeger frustrated with himself after that effort.
Yeah, that backspin return by Kyle, it it's tough to return, but it can also give you an advantage by driving it, putting a lot of topspin on it.
19-13, make it 20-13. And Clemson about to serve for a commanding 2-0 lead here in our championship match. Oh, Compton had it sitting there in his hands and couldn't believe it. Just waves his hand to say, I know.
You don't have to tell me. I get it.
Virginia still alive in the game, 14-20. And frozen scoring, Clemson would have to win on their serve. Yeah, Leard, Derek, you've touched on it a couple times. So much stronger in this dink game in this match than we saw earlier this morning.
Yeah, and all weekend.
And that just means it's there and it's mental, right?
Yeah. That's been his weakness most of the weekend. And his confidence right now. Just like that.
And that, as Leard jumps to the middle, got that down on the foot of David Beeger, and Clemson has a 2-0 lead as they hunt the Virginia Super Regional title. Mixed doubles coming at you next. Virginia trying to play their way back now to a dream breaker. But Clemson can break that dream. They win one more game here at PPB RVA.
Yeah. Let's go. We just gotta go hard. I go the hardest. I bring the pain. Not what you used to. It's all part of the game. Yeah. I just gotta go hard. I just gotta go hard.
At UFOS, we don't make footwear. We make shock absorbers, fatigue fighters, mobility maximizers. This is the science of active recovery. Revolutionary UFOM technology absorbs impact and reduces pressure. It's the foundation of every pair of UFOS and the key to recovering faster. This is not a shoe. This is UFOS Active Recovery. Activate your recovery with UFOS.
People play pickleball for exercise, competition, or to hang out with friends. What your reason is doesn't matter to Gamma. What matters is that you play, that you enjoy playing with passion, and you have so much fun you can't wait to play again. At Gamma, we offer paddles perfect for all levels, including yours, because pickleball is about you, the player, and what feels right. Pickleball is your game. Make Gamma your paddle. Play to live, live to play. Gamma Pickleball.
John Laser, Joe Hutzler, Derek Crage back with you. We sit courtside at Sketcher Stadium Court 2 inside Performance Pickleball RVA, where the Clemson Tigers have a 2-0 lead on the top-seeded University of Virginia Cavaliers. They took both women's and men's doubles. We're looking back, and so are you, at how we got here. And essentially, Clemson in a pretty big hole in women's doubles, but they were able to play their way out. As you saw, Sealy Feldman kind of come alive in the middle of that game. Bozetto, who'd been solid throughout, and then just a much more confident. We're seeing at the highlights here. Levi Leard. Compton steady as he has been through the course of the day. You saw it. Leard and Compton kind of bulldozed and bullied their way, I'd say, to that men's doubles victory. And as you join us here courtside, say hello once again. It can't help but bolster your confidence if you're Clemson, both the women and the men, and damage it a little bit. UVA's top seed, they're used to having that success, and you kind of saw that in the facial expressions, guys, as they were walking back out here. They'll put their top team, UVA, that will be in mixed doubles, game one, Beeger and Sing Sank against Compton and Bozetto, but it's not just momentum that Clemson has right now. It seems like they have kind of that mental edge.
Yeah, for sure. And I'm going to ask you, Derek, what Bigger asked you. What do they need to do? What does UVA need to do against this squad that's out here right now for Clemson?
I really think they got to limit those unforced errors. I think Brian had a little bit last game. I don't think David played too bad last game. Yeah, and they really got to do something about Clemson's confidence because they're confident right now. They're coming for UVA, and they got to make Clemson feel like, no, we're the top dog. We're UVA. We can beat you.
Fantastic point. Yeah, I would agree with that just from a feel, energy perspective. UVA, to John and Derek, your all's point, they don't look or feel like the team we're used to seeing at the moment. Clemson, they feel like they can do whatever they want to right now. So the beginning, first couple points of this game are going to be critical to the complexion of how this ends.
You know, it's interesting. We're watching across on the big screens. You can see it there in your picture. March Madness unfolding. You see that so often. You see the one seed on the line, whoever that may be, and it's like, oh, you're a heavy favorite. And they don't come out and play like it right off the bat. The other team just gains confidence. That has certainly happened in our championship match here in our Sketcher Stadium courts. So we are underway. It was Clemson serving first. Bozzetto. Sing Sang had the Ernie and could not quite finish it.
And I'd say that last point, that was the story of UVA at DUPR Nationals in November. They were the underdogs in most of their matches. They came out, they played Utah Tech, the one seed, beat them, and they were really fueled by confidence.
I tell you, the drive from Compton, where we're sitting right now, it's got even extra roll on it than it did earlier. It was a lead earlier. Now it's almost indefensible.
A little bit of smoke coming off of it too, man. That's hard to take.
Great shot from Beeger at a time where UVA needed it. 1-2 on the serve back to the Cavaliers.
And at Nationals also, UNC was the favorite against UVA with Colin Schick, and UVA was able to defeat them.
Yeah, it's like you were saying, there wasn't a ton of upsets previously in college pickleball, but there were upsets amongst that group of the elite teams.
Yes.
And you've seen that group grow a little bit, but you still don't see a ton of upsets. Collegiate pickleball, and it would be an upset for Clemson to dispatch UVA and UNC here in these two matches. UVA is going to have something to say about that before it's said and done, by the way, 4-2.
And at the Utah DUPR Regional, Utah Valley actually upset Utah Tech. Utah Tech came in, everyone think they win, but Utah Valley pulled it out.
Compton trying to do a little too much there.
4 straight unforced errors by Clemson to give away 4 straight points for UVA. So if you're looking for a confidence booster, well, Clemson's just giving it to you at the moment.
Yep, 5-2 Beeger. Yeah, David's one of those players that he's got that other gear. And, sometimes you seem like you got him down, you just got him angry. And he's playing like it thus far early on in this game.
I could say the same about Kyle, so I want to see how he responds to this.
Instead, the response comes from Fiorella Bozzetto. Options. What a reset.
Yeah.
What a reset by Kyle Compton right there.
So good, so poised and collected in those moments by both of them.
4-6, Tigers gonna do what they do. Compton tried to hit a slice volley there, was too far back to do it. Can't return it much better than that from Compton.
You can't.
A slice hovering right to the line.
What's crazy or interesting at a point is that a couple of minutes ago, those were going long. So it's like he was trying to figure out how much to put on and how much to take off to make sure that it stays in.
UVA with the 8-5 lead. They need to win this game to stay alive here. Virginia DUPR Super Regional. Compton, you can see it, was looking for an opportunity to pounce, and Sing Sank never gave it to him.
Yeah, really good defense by Lorelei right there.
I've noticed that with both guys so far in this match. Neither one of them have tried to infringe on their female partner just yet.
Beager, all he can do is shake his head.
Second time. He's getting unlucky with those.
You can see David and Derek, good friends.
Good friends off the court. We have a rivalry on the court.
That I got to see more of. That doesn't need to be retired just because you graduated.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, we got an open facility. I got some extra gym clothes if you'd like to put them on. And all afternoon with nothing to do.
Sounds perfect.
10-7 for Virginia. Good shot from Sing Sank yet again. Virginia will carry the lead on the changeover again. That has not led to success historically in the short history of the day thus far. Virginia trying to win this third game and mixed doubles game number 1 to stay alive in our championship match. This is the DUPR Virginia Super Regional.
At UFOS, we don't make footwear. We make shock absorbers, fatigue fighters, mobility maximizers. This is the science of active recovery. Revolutionary UFOM technology absorbs impact and reduces pressure. It's the foundation of every pair of UFOs and the key to recovering faster. This is not a shoe. This is UFOS Active Recovery. Activate your recovery with UFOS.
Clemson with a 2-0 lead in our championship match. Virginia, and that man, David Beager, has the lead in mixed doubles game 1. 11-7 for the Who's. Clemson trying to claim this DUPR Virginia Super Regional. That serve from Beager on the backside of the baseline. And allowed him to come forward. Generally, good things happen when that's the case.
And that's why the serve is becoming more important in pickleball, because that serve right there just set up the entire point.
Yep. Powerful players like that, Derek. Coming forward, they're just so difficult to repel. And now Virginia surging to a 13-7 lead.
One thing to note for Clemson fans, the Tigers have come back 3 times today after being down at the break, so they're definitely not out of it, and they know they can come back.
That one slithers just a little long. (14-8) for the Cavaliers.
And if UVA can pull out this game, I think they have an advantage in the second mixed. So Clemson's thinking they need this game. They want to finish it here. Don't allow UVA to come back.
Bozzetto again fires that inside-out forehand to aid that cause, but still down 9-14. I would absolutely agree with that, Derek. The UVA's put themselves in a position where they're going to have this one, that one, and the Dream Breaker. That is a 0 margin for error scenario. Beager able to duck out of the way. Great spot from Bozzetto.
A little bit of a check with the teammate Bozzetto, previous one. Looking at Compton, he didn't give her any type of response. So she said, "You okay? You all right?" And they're going to go back to work.
Yeah, Compton's been pretty emotionless thus far. This championship match.
Yeah, just a bit too high. I mean, it wasn't horrible placement overall, but
too high and in the middle.
Yeah, Beager's
even a millimeter.
all day.
Do a little too much there. And a timeout's going to be taken by the Clemson Tigers. They're down 10-17 here in the first mixed doubles game. Again, if Virginia is able to carry this lead and close out this game, then we'd get a situation where it is Sealy Feldman and Levi Leard. We're going to stay here through this timeout, and they would be taking on, as you look at it, we've now seen that mixed doubles matchup, which is different as you sub in Natalie Kim along with Brian Song. And Derek, as you mentioned, as we're looking back at some of the moments thus far in this mixed doubles match that has favored Virginia, you would feel as though the Cavaliers have the advantage in that one too.
Yeah, definitely. I think Kyle and Fiorella are a little off balance right now, and I haven't seen that all tournament. They haven't lost together all tournament, and I expect them to put a little fire right here, maybe come back a little bit, and we'll see.
17-10 though for Beeger and Sing Sang. And just a little touch of the tape made that impossible.
Can't help them.
For Bozzetto. Clemson had to have that. Sing Sang reaching out a little bit too far. 11-18. Clemson on the serve of Kyle Compton. Virginia closing in now, 19-11. Trying to serve it out here. Take the drama out of this game and add drama to the match. Oh, won't finish it off on their first opportunity. 12-20 coming back. So Beeger there. Derek mentioned early on, we're trying to just bang everything, drive the ball through. You'd expect that. Played competitive tennis for 14 years. Serves coming back. Is that one coming out of our TV matrix? Yes, it is. That was the first. I was wondering if the brackets were going to capture that one. We got a few more Gamma Chuck balls.
Plinko on Wheel 4. Price is Right.
That'll do it in mixed doubles game one. So the top seed not bowing out here of the DUPR Virginia Super Regional. Clemson still with the 2-1 edge. Virginia trying to force a dream breaker on the other side of this timeout from Performance Pickleball RVA.
People play pickleball for exercise, competition, or to hang out with friends. What your reason is doesn't matter to Gamma. What matters is that you play, that you enjoy playing with passion, and you have so much fun you can't wait to play again. At Gamma, we offer paddles perfect for all levels, including yours, because pickleball is about you, the player, and what feels right. Pickleball is your game. Make Gamma your paddle. Play to live, live to play. Gamma Pickleball.
Game 4 coming up in our championship match of the DUPR Virginia Super Regional. John Laser, Derek Crage, Joe Hutzler, hello to you. Thanks for sticking with us all the way to the end. In the end, could be in sight as we have mixed doubles number 2 guys. But again, this is a matchup that we're about to see. Natalie Kim, Brian Song against Levi Leard and Sealy Feldman, where we feel like Virginia, Joe, has the advantage probably in their quest to force a dream break.
Yeah, you don't always feel like the team that's down in an entire match would be the one with the advantage, but based on what we've seen today, based on what the past has told us, definitely on paper, this is for UVA. This is just 1A, 1B situation as far as the mixed double pairings are concerned. So that's all fine and good on paper. We'll see how it actually plays out. We've been surprised, I think, a little bit by Feldman and Leard at points throughout the match so far. So Clemson's still in control overall, but UVA has the momentum on their side.
Yeah, in control at the moment, but that is a fragile control right now, because if you got the advantage in a one-game scenario, which we feel like Virginia does, that dream breaker looms. We've kind of saw that previously as Clemson didn't dump that mixed doubles match to North Carolina, but they weren't really all that competitive as North Carolina was forcing that same scenario, and Clemson almost kind of conserved that energy, Derek, and then trounced their way through the dream breaker.
And if you're a Clemson fan, you still got one good news is that you have the dream breaker advantage. So just like against UNC, you get to pick who you put against UVA. But UVA all around great singles players, all four of them that will play. They are all experienced.
So watching the warm-ups, we're going to get started here in about a minute. But again, it will be Seeley Feldman again and Levi Leard for Clemson, and they will be taking on Natalie Kim and Brian Song for Virginia. Again, Virginia is utilizing the 5-player strategy, playing 3 women in this MLP collegiate format, while Clemson has just rotated the 4. In fact, only traveled the 4 for this top squad here to Richmond, Virginia. But again, an incredible weekend. Set the record DUPR did here with this super regional by 60 players. 60 players larger than any previous regional. This is 3 of 8 that they will hold this year leading into nationals. Georgia Regional up next in Atlanta. But the second largest DUPR collegiate tournament ever, trailing only last year's national championship. Won, by the way, by these Virginia Cavaliers, who also win the first point of Game 4.
And the spread of schools that were here this weekend, phenomenal. Maine, Michigan, Miami, Florida. It was really cool to see all the representation that came from those schools from near and far.
20 schools, right?
28 teams, 20 schools. As I looked out yesterday at one point, Southern Illinois was taking on Carnegie Mellon. And I said, how did we get to a world in which that matchup is taking place in Richmond, Virginia? I don't know, but I'm happy to be here. Clemson happy to win their first point of this second mixed doubles match.
We got the tips of the U.S. with Miami, Maine, and even Michigan coming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was funny. One of the players from Michigan, they drove here from Ann Arbor, and that's a solid drive of 11 hours or so. Was actually sleeping under one of the tables at Kitchen RVA. He said, "Wake me up when we play." I said, "I got you,
goodness.
my man. I got you."
Oh, that's phenomenal. Dedication is, when you get to the club sport level especially, it's pretty impressive.
But yeah, you're right. People kept asking how far they're coming from. I said, well, as north as Maine and as south as Miami. You can't go much farther south than Miami.
Nope.
Clemson making a good run here.
Yeah, Clemson certainly, they don't mind playing Dream Breakers, but they certainly would much rather hoist the hardware in the conventional route, and serve there from Seeley Feldman. (5-2) for the Clemson Tigers, hunting the regional title. Song puts a stop to that run, and saw him come over a little more authoritatively there and cover more of the court than we've seen previously. Four or 5 now. Song and Kim for UVA.
Yeah, after a couple unforced errors by Natalie, Brian's feeling he needs to put himself more into the match. And I think it's working.
And you could sense that, and so did Levi Leard there. He went way across the court to cover that ground, 6'4". And it's interesting, these Clemson players aren't all that accustomed to playing from the front. Haven't had early success in the games. Right on the line from Song.
It's close.
Yeah, they're not accustomed to it, but I think it's something they can learn. I think they'd be okay with learning how to play in front.
Leard wasn't expecting, I think, that soft of a shot from Brian Song.
That's so unfortunate for him to put all that effort into that point and find the ball in the net.
Here come the Cavaliers. 7-6 is the score. UVA with that 3-point surge there. Now 7-all. 7-all. Clemson serving. Again, a Clemson win in this game. It's all she wrote, as they will be your Virginia Super Regional champions. A Virginia win in this game. We're headed for a decisive dream breaker. That went wide from Natalie Kim. So as Kim faltered on a couple points in this match, Derek, not surprisingly, you see Clemson trying even harder and harder to get it to that side of the court.
Yep. That's usually the game plan of mixed. Hit the corners.
Didn't do it there.
This sport's too fast for our analysis sometimes, I swear. We make good points and then, nope, forget it.
No, they were trying to hit the corner. They just didn't do it. And that's a shot. See, Natalie Kim, it's so much better we saw in that Florida match. But that was a reverse situation, Derek, where they had the big lead in the match. They're playing more free.
Yeah, in that men's doubles match, Clemson against earlier Clemson versus UVA. Clemson was very confident in that match.
Clemson's playing confident in this game as well, leading 10-8. Levi Leard. Great dig by Brian Song. And it'll win the point for Virginia.
Yes.
Critical one, too. So subtly good right there from Levi Leard. And a changeover. Clemson in the rare spot of being up at the changeover. Let's see if they can hold the lead. They have flipped a number of leads, win in the opposite spot. Championship Sunday has arrived at championship match. Clemson holds a 2-1 lead and the lead in what could be a decisive Game 4. A lead for Clemson in the match and in the game, and Levi Leard serving at 11-9. Great dink right there from Natalie Kim.
John, do we want to see a dream breaker right now?
I do, yeah, kind of, but at the same time, you love this underdog spirit from Clemson.
Yeah.
They have the lead at 12-10. Yeah, it's funny. It's not that there's not a lot of people here. They're all just hushed at the moment right now, except for us. We're actually obligated to be loud. Great anticipation from Brian Song.
Yeah, absolutely. And building on that emotion of getting his team and the crowd into it is going to be critical.
11-12 off the serve of Song. Yeah, it was all Brian Song after it, but that aggressive topspin cross-court drop from Kim set up that whole point.
And really nice recovery. I thought Song was in trouble there for a moment, but got back, and UVA ties it up.
And takes the lead. 13-12. Again, UVA trying to force the dream breaker. Clemson trying to finish it off. Defended all that they could, but just too much Song and Kim. 14-12. Wow. Leard and Feldman fending off Brian Song that time. 13-14.
Each team just wants to one-up the other after every phenomenal point.
Kim stepped back. She was dead at that moment. 14-14.
Yeah, when Leard is able to get up on a ball like that, forget it. I'm just going to go ahead
Had to take that drop out of the air. And Clemson.
Great reset there by Levi.
Back in front on that great play from Levi Leard again. He's, in our estimation, been the difference maker in this championship match.
Yep.
Will it be enough to unseat the Virginia Cavaliers? Just a touch wide from Kim.
I would go as far as saying Leard's evolution throughout the tournament. His play itself has improved and been the difference maker for Clemson as well.
Couldn't quite. He lost his footing a little bit there. Would have been an incredibly difficult shot anyway. 15-16. Oh, and Song just he cocked back like that. Doesn't usually end well. 17-15. No, Leard got the hard one.
Yes, he did.
And then got ahead of himself.
I thought there's no way that's getting over the net.
16-17, Natalie Kim serving. 17-17, Brian Song serving. Oh, what a shot from Kim. That was long, though.
Yeah.
What a shot, but Leard somehow got himself in front of it. 18-17.
Off those agile feet. Get out of the way of the ball, too.
Leard sold out. And Song was there. 18-all.
Great composure.
Even though it didn't
Accuracy.
work out, I still felt like that was the right read from Levi Leard. Oh, the tape helped, but Leard's shot prior to that was just exquisite.
Yeah. Yeah, he is a massive difference maker.
19-18, Clemson, a couple points away. Will they get there? Leard wanted to pounce there. Song wouldn't let him. Song instead does the pouncing. 19-all.
Yeah, that's that 185-pound bench press for Brian Song.
That is impressive for a guy that size.
It is. It's not quite to Beaker's level, but he's getting there.
Not talk squatting level.
Yeah.
And an opportunity to serve for the title here for Clemson.
Championship point.
Championship point at the Virginia Super Regional. Comes off the paddle of Seeley Feldman. Leard, loose shot, inopportune time, 20 apiece. We are on the precipice of the dream breaker. We're on the precipice of Clemson being title holders. That's how tight it has been here. Leard wanted more on that forehand, made up for it with the backhand. Second opportunity, the Tiger title here in Richmond. How big does Leard want to go on the serve? Not big at all. Had to read it. May have been wide. Song looking back, but Clemson looking at a championship. The Clemson Tigers take out Carolina and UVA and claim the Virginia Super Regional. What a weekend it was here in Richmond. Clemson came in here determined guys. They'd been here before. I think that helped them in terms of the facility, having a familiarity with performance pickleball, a competition level. Certainly no strangers to that. At the end of the day, the Tigers were the best team this weekend.
They were, and they got through their recent roadblock, which was UNC. They were able to get past the Tar Heels, which only added to the confidence they had prior, and they take it all the way to the top for the title.
And we've now got Seeley Feldman with us of the champion Clemson Tigers. And Seeley, my day actually started with a conversation with you, filled up the water bottle for you, so maybe I'm the lucky charm. But no, you said to me, you said, this is my senior year. This is my last go-around. We want to make the most of it. You guys made the most of the weekend and the day. What does this mean for Clemson Pickleball?
I mean, we're so happy. We finally got the chance to take on UNC, beat them. That was our first matchup with UVA. I mean, that was so exciting. I said to Fia, I think I blacked out the first women's match. I don't remember a single point. It went by so fast. All of a sudden, we were watching everyone play and then warmed up for maybe a minute and then back out there. So it was crazy. Yeah,
talk about that UNC real quick, the roadblock kind of for you guys in recent months. What was the difference maker, and how did you carry that over to the final?
It's really frustrating to keep losing to their women, but, I think our men held their ground, and, we pulled it out in the end. I'm no singles player. I mean,
you could have fooled us.
You could have fooled us, that's for sure.
It was a lot of fun. It felt good. I think that was a good morale booster for our entire team.
Well, you said you don't remember the points from the women's match, but it looked like as you turned this direction after taking all 4 of your points in the Dream Breaker, almost a look of incredulity as you looked at your teammates. Did I just do that? You did. But I know you guys were a confident team coming into this weekend, but it seemed like, and I noticed this in particular with Levi, as the points went by, as the games went by, it's almost as though he realized how good he was. And by the time we got to this championship match, he knew he was going to win.
Yeah, I mean, it's so crazy playing with him. He's such a calm player. A good teammate, and he just holds his ground really well. I love playing with him, so yeah.
Well, we say congratulations again, your second trip here to Performance Pickleball. We hope it won't be your last, but just phenomenal pickleball this weekend. Congratulations to you, your teammates, and all of Clemson Pickleball.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Seeley Feldman, Clemson Tigers, they take the title at the Virginia Super Regional. Joe Hutzler, again, we've talked about it. It was a sensational field coming in. It was a fantastic job by our friends at DUPR, Jacob Smith, Johnny Carmichael, Hunter Iono getting ready for this. I thought our Performance Pickleball staff was equal to the task, as we generally like to be. And ultimately, we got the weekend we wanted and got the champion I think we should have today. Clemson played the best, and we're the rightful winner.
I would agree with that. Anytime a plan looks to be a good one and executed that way, you're always happy, and that's what happened this weekend. Look forward to more tournaments inside this building, and especially when the college athletes can come back.
Too many thank yous to say them all, but we thank again our friends from DUPR for giving us the honor of hosting the Virginia Super Regional and broadcasting it for you. And our thanks to our crew from VPM as well. Dan Tierney doing an incredible job guiding the ship today. Thanks to our entire crew of talented people. Biggest thanks to you. Thanks for being with us. Thanks for supporting the growth of pickleball. The Clemson Tigers take the title, Virginia.